Welcome to the show, everyone, and welcome to the rain. I'm so excited about it that it is raining today. My first guest has been on with me. We figured in November is going to be 4 years. She's also my sponsor as well, one of my sponsors. I have with me Anna von Straussenburg. She's the owner of Anna von Straussenburg CPA. Welcome back to the show. I love having you on. I love what we talk about, the fact that you are all about excellence and integrity in accounting. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you, Carol. It's lovely to have you. And yes, I strive to be really ethical. In fact, I got nominated again
You
for
did?
the Better
We
Business
have to go.
Bureau
We have to go.
Award.
Oh, yay.
Oh,
Congratulations. And let me just say something, folks. I went to was it last year or the year before?
Year
that we went?
before, yeah.
And I have to say, that is not easy through the Better Business Bureau for you to get nominated for.
Yep.
Talk about that.
Yeah, it's a Torch Award for excellence for ethics, and it's a hard process because they nominate you, or you get nominated by somebody, and then you have to go through and fill out an application and say why. And so then you make it to the then you make it to the finalists, and then you hope you. Wow.
That's not me. That was thunder.
Anyway, yeah, we've got this wet stuff coming down from the sky today. Anyway, but
and we lost our train of thought because of it. We all do not know what to do or say during the rain.
Anyway, but yeah, it was great to be with the people who actually won the award. They have them in different business size categories, so I'm kind of in the smallest business side because I'm kind of a small business. That said, I work with businesses of all sizes,
You
small, sure upstarts, up to bigger business that make in the millions of dollars.
We were talking before you came on about the fact that it is tax season right now, and yes, people should get ready for this. And not only that, you wanted to talk about some things today that are going to be really interesting, and I don't know where we should start. I want to first start with, I guess, the Corporate Transparency Act. That's something that you were really excited about, that you saw. You got that email today, huh?
Yeah. I get a lot of newsletters from the IRS and from various, companies that produce newsletters on tax and accounting matters. And there was a thing that was passed that came out last year. It was called the Corporate Transparency Act. It was through the FinCEN, which is a financial, I can't remember, crime group in the federal government. And the newsletter I got today said that it was ruled unconstitutional. So I was very surprised at that, because everybody was gearing up that they were going to have to, new companies were going to have to file, I believe by March 15th that was coming up, and then existing companies had till the end of the year to file.
To prove that they were a bona fide company, correct?
Yeah, they were looking for the actual business owners, because what's happened in some places, usually with crime, where they are forming multiple companies and layering the entities so that it hides who the true owner of the company is. So
they'll do anything they can.
Yeah, so the government passed this to get after organized crime, and their logic was they would eliminate all the honest people.
So the question is, now that it has been ruled out, is that good for us, or good for them, or good for who?
Well, it helps out the business owners who really don't want to go on and put all their personal information into some form that the government sees. I know I have a friend who really values her privacy, and she actually was considering not doing an LLC because she didn't want to have to disclose all that. So, I can see where some people don't like it.
Right.
And it was really kind of only going after the honest people, which is kind of unfortunate.
It is what it is. It's the way life has been for years. I want to also talk really quickly about getting your taxes done early.
Well, it was pointed out to me by one of my employees that you know, the criminals want to jump in there. If they have gotten your social security number, they want to get in there and get the tax return first so they can get your refund.
Amazing.
And they will falsify numbers, and you know, they'll make up withholding, etc. And a lot of times the government will just issue the refunds to whatever address is on the return, and then the real person files their tax return, and all of a sudden the computers go tilt and say, oh, somebody has already filed a tax return with this number.
So what does it do, bounce it out?
It'll bounce it out, and then we have to go through a lot of process to say you have to report that you've had identity theft, and you have to send, you know, special reports to the IRS, and you want to also report it to your state government, your you know, attorney general, etc. There's all these different places to report it. And when you report it, boy, you have to prove you are you. So you've got to do a notarized, you know, statement. You've got to give a copy of your driver's license or your passport. It's a lot of hassle. So it is, you know, if you're thinking you have a refund, it's better to get it early.
Get it done early.
Yeah.
And also having your tax return done by a CPA. Now, we're going to talk about this too, especially that's somebody who is all about excellence and integrity in accounting. Anna, one thing that we have talked about before many times is that you do work with all size businesses. You can be a solopreneur and you work with them. You do like complicated returns. We've talked about that. But I want to talk real quickly about, some people think that you need to have a big company or a lot of money to have a CPA do your taxes.
No, that's not true. In fact, you know, I'd like to take a little bit of credit. I had one client who, the first 5 years he was in business, kept losing money. And part of the problem is he kept saying, well, you know, I need help with my QuickBooks. And we straightened out the problem. He had an inventory issue, and we got it straightened out. And then he was able to see, you know, what he was doing and focus his attention where attention needed to be focused, and he started netting millions of dollars a year.
So you really turned that guy around.
He sold the business for over $12 million.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
This is why you want to call Anna. You never know what's hiding within your own company.
Yep.
You know, even if it looks like it's not making money, she can turn you around not only to make money, but maybe even sell it for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So he was able to kind of retire.
I would too. Now, you work nationwide. You're rated with the Better Business Bureau. She's all about excellence and integrity in accounting. You can call her. Her phone number is 480-964-4030. That's 964-4030. You can also check her out on her website, which is ArizonaCPAs.com. Before we go to a break, I want to talk about, real quickly, second opinion, so important.
I've had several people come to me for a second opinion, and I can say 100% of the time I have always found a mistake that was in the taxpayer's favor.
I'm telling you, listen up everyone, that's what I love about this show. If you, 100% of the time, if you're trying to do your taxes on your own, if you've had it done and you're not really sure if it's right, have Anna have a second opinion on it. She says 100% of the time she finds that there's a problem in favor of you getting more money back. Again, that number is 480-964-4030. That's 480-964-4030. It's ArizonaCPAs.com. Hang tight. We're going to be back in just a minute. We're going to keep on going in here because we're live in the room.
Yeah, that went well. I've even had other accountants who don't do taxes, and even 2 CPAs that have done taxes. One is still a client. The other one, he's retired, so he doesn't have much to do with taxes anymore. But a CPA, 2 CPAs have come to me to do their taxes. So, yeah, and they're kind of tough clients because they question everything, but they know that they're not experts in doing taxes, and I am. So
well, that's the thing. That's why you do what you do best.
Yeah.
Right? And they're smart to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
They are.
For when we're talking about these things, you know, a lot of people, they still do it. They'll still go do it on their own. They go and they think sometimes if they just have a little bit to have to do, that that's okay, that they can get, so they pay whatever they are on you know, the big box people or whatever, a small amount of money or whatever, and they think that's the way to go.
Yeah, well, it can be for some people who just have a W-2, who don't have much of anything, but you get anything else, you start getting investments and things like that, then immediately it gets a lot more complicated, and if you don't know the rules, you might be missing out on something.
That's
you
the
know,
problem, is the rules.
A lot of people get, when they have investments, get foreign tax credits, and if you don't know how to handle them correctly, you can end up being shortchanged.
And a lot of people who have different businesses in different you know, states, sometimes they live somewhere else and during different parts of the year, that have businesses that are in, you know, even foreign. You know, they might go down to Mexico for a little while and open up a little small business.
Oh, and then there's special reporting for that.
There's too many special reporting.
Oh, yeah, there's so many things.
You've been doing this for, how long have you been doing what you do?
Well, I started actually doing accounting work. I want to say I worked at an accounting firm starting in 1990, but I actually got into doing more accounting work just about 30 years ago.
So 30 years ago that you've been doing this, and of the changes. Have you seen a lot?
Oh, I've seen a ton of changes. You know, one of the ones that happened when I was fairly new in accounting is that they changed the home, the gains on homes. It used to be that you could take the gain and roll it into a new house that was equal or greater value. Well, then in 1990, I want to say 6, the rules changed where you get a exemption, $250,000 for single and $500,000 for married filing joint.
There's got to be in 30 years so much, and especially now with technology, you must have seen a lot too.
Here we go.
Right, Hal.
Hi.
So welcome back, everyone. We've been talking to Facebook land out there, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We will share the show later on. Anna von Straussenburg, she is not only my client for almost 4 years now, but also been she is my sponsor as well, and thank you for, you know, the support and being on the show as long as you have. And so many people out there, we were talking at the break about some of the different things that people don't realize that need to be looked after by a CPA rather than themselves.
Yeah, there's things like foreign tax credits. So when people have investments, often they get foreign tax credits, and if you don't know how to handle them correctly, you can get shortchanged on them. I know I picked up a glitch. We were using some newer software that we hadn't used in the past, and it was defaulting to a different style of type of income, and then it was actually not giving the full amount, and I went, wait a minute, they should be getting the full amount because it's under $600. They should get up to $600 tax credit. So I realized that and made a change in the return. So it's those little things that if you're using a canned software, if you don't know the law behind it, it can easily give you the wrong number.
The wrong number, not only the wrong number that could cost you money, and also maybe even not get you what you need back, right?
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And the other thing that I want to talk about is how you like complicated returns.
I do. I have experience doing multi-state returns for both individuals and businesses, and I actually enjoy it. It's fun to see what different states, how they do their tax returns, because they're all different. And also there's tax credits you can get in Arizona for filing in other states, and then some states are kind of backwards where you get a credit in the other state, like in California. If you work in California but you live in Arizona, there's a tax credit you can get going that way. And I've had a lot of clients that have that situation because maybe they, you know, work part-time in California and part-time in Arizona because we're not that far away. So. And that happens in other states too, like New York and New Jersey. So it's important to know how to handle those things.
Right, and that's why she works nationwide. And right now it is tax season. It is important very important that we take care of getting our taxes and everything done. A lot of people get extensions. But
Yep,
that's not
they
even a
do.
good, you just said to me, that's really not even a good idea because you want to get them in early.
Yeah, you want to get them in early to avoid things like identity theft. That helps you if you beat the crooks to it, and get it in early. That will make it so that they can't file with your number.
Right, that's huge. That's what we were talking
Yeah.
about earlier today. So, for what kind of maybe advice would you have some for the business owners out there that right now are, we've been, I don't know about anybody else, but starting in December, I start getting ready, really.
Yeah, well, it's important to get ready. And I have to say, there's not much time now because for partnerships and S corporations, the due date is next Friday.
Next Friday.
And so that's March 15th, and it's coming up
going.
fast. So what we do is we end up filing extensions for a lot of our small businesses. And then we do try to get them done by April 15th in case the person owes, or at least we do a projection, even if we can't get it completely done, so that they know approximately what they're going to owe on their taxes and they can make a payment. Because extensions for individuals or any kind of entity that has to pay tax, the extension is an extension for filing the tax returns. It's not an extension for payment. So even if you get an extension and you end up owing, you might get some penalties for not paying on time.
And I want to talk a little bit about that because, not only for your extensions, but also doing it on your own or not having the consultation with you, it's so important because you love to get to know your clients. They become family, as a matter of fact.
Oh, they do.
They really do. And I'm going to talk about my daughter for a minute because, when she was going to do it, the total way we have said not to do it today, and then when she didn't, you did so much for her. And here she's just a solopreneur, her own self. Talk about that.
Yeah, and it turned out that, she had some business travel in relationship to her business, and she actually went to an audition, and she gave me the expenses, and I said, well, goodness, didn't you have to fly there, and didn't you stay in a hotel, and did you eat anything? She was giving me just the bare minimum of expenses for that. And so after asking her some questions, she gave me some more information, and that really reduced what she owed. In fact, I think she even may have gotten a refund.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And you know what I said to her afterwards when it was all said and done? I said, aren't you glad that you contacted Anna? Let me give out the phone number. It's 480-964-4030. That's 480-964-4030. Her website is ArizonaCPAs.com. She does second opinions. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. She does free consultations, and she works nationwide. And I think it's all about having that consultation. You also like to, your clients to really understand what they're doing, understanding their numbers. It's not like you just give you all of the information and then go ahead, Anna, take care of it, make me have to pay as least as possible. That is not how you work with Anna.
Nope. In fact, I have a relatively new client. We're cleaning up her books, and we actually sat with her and went through things number by number. In fact, she was a little upset because it was hard, and she ended up one of my employees, when she walked in the door, she kind of was looking down. She goes, I think you need a hug, and came over and gave her a hug. And she felt so much better. I mean, that's the kind of things we do. We really literally take our clients by the hand, especially when they're struggling, and we help them get on the right track.
Absolutely. And even so, you might end up selling your business for millions if she ends up helping you with your numbers like that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be great?
Yeah,
for everybody?
The startups, I have to tell them, like, look, don't be sad that you're losing money. It happens to every business.
It takes how long for people who start up businesses for them to start?
It takes about a minimum of 3 years, 3 to 5 years,
right.
Before you really start seeing some good profits, because it takes a while for your name to get out there. And even in my case, I bought my business, but we had some really old clients, and unfortunately they passed away. And then, just there's a little bit of normal attrition,
adjustment?
so we've been trying to cultivate new clients and build up the business. And it's been delightful because I'm getting to know all kinds of new people, and
Yeah.
I just love it because the clients I have stayed with me for years. I get to watch their children grow up.
Right.
And I kind of joke, and somebody said, little Kevin is a senior in high school now and getting ready for college. I'm like,
Get him in here. He's gonna need a job soon.
how did little Kevin get so old? I didn't get any older, did I? So,
But more than that, he's going to get a job soon, so he's going to need to take care of his taxes.
Yeah, that's true. And
But I also want to talk to you a little bit about for what you like to do during the year with your clients, so that they understand all the way from the beginning in January all the way through up to what they might owe or not owe.
The one thing I love to do with my business clients is look at their books 3 times a year. The first time is in July. I kind of look at get a 6-month picture, and then we really look at it in November through the end of October. We get their numbers for 10 months, and then we try to estimate the rest of the year. So we really tie it down. And then, of course, when we do the tax return, and I like to see how close I came on that projection that I did.
And she's probably pretty close every time.
And we can do some tax planning at that point. So I really like to see my clients in November so I can do some tax planning.
Well, I tell you, if you're looking for somebody who's going to treat you like family, somebody who's going to help you understand your numbers, somebody to help you maybe even understand your numbers to the point where you start now making some super good money, and then maybe you turn around and sell it for even more, right? And,
right.
But really, it's understanding what you're doing and working with somebody who is all about excellence and integrity in accounting. She always says that she cannot tell a lie for the life of herself, for sure, and I know that is for sure true. But you're going to get somebody who's going to do it for you. She guarantees her work. Let's talk about that real quickly.
Yeah, I stand by my work. If I make a mistake and it causes you a penalty, I'll pay the penalty.
So her phone number to call, it's area code 480-964-4030. That's 480-964-4030. You could check her out on her website. It's ArizonaCPAs with an S.com. She does second opinions. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. She's also up for the Torch Award for ethics, right? Ethics.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, everybody get out, and if you can, vote for it if you're a member. She really does deserve it, of all people. And you got close the last time I was there with you, so you're going to get it this year. I just feel it. Again, if you're looking for somebody, it's tax season now. Make sure or have a second opinion done. She says 100% she'll make sure that she finds that people get money back from. The number to call again is 480-964-4030. It's ArizonaCPAs.com.
Okay, that went fast.
The first